Total lifetime GMV 11 million.
Wow.
The first thing I ordered was the stair stepper
That was
machine.
the first thing you ordered?
Yes, and that blew up for me right away. I did an unboxing acting like Keith Lee.
Is there any advice that you would give to people, or do you want to leave them with anything?
If you're new to shop, I always encourage you to look around your house.
How do you promote fashion and beauty? What's the secret sauce? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the #1 social commerce podcast in the world. Today we are here with one of my favorite guests, Angie Roman. Angie has done a little over
Total lifetime GMV 11 million.
$11 million in sales on TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop from her phone. Just from your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're originally from the Bronx, New York?
Yes.
And what were you doing before TikTok Shop?
So I was a stay-at-home mom that created just mommy content, but also I was a social worker.
Yeah, because you were like trying to do the whole influencer thing before.
Yes, and it never worked because I was one of those people like, oh my God, I'm in like a 200 view jail, and I give up like every 5 seconds. And then I finally stopped caring, and I was like, let me just keep posting.
What got you into TikTok? Like what?
Honestly, I was tired of like everyone around me talking about it, all the inside jokes from the app. I was like, you know what? I'm bored. I need something to scroll on. And I did it and eventually got hooked too. I'm like, oh my God, this is the addiction. Like endless scrolling.
Yeah. And then when you started TikTok Shop, so that's crazy. So you started TikTok, you weren't really getting that many views off the creator program?
Mm-hmm. Like I was making probably like 3,000 to 5,000 a month just off the creator program.
That's really good though.
But you need viral videos to get to that point though.
So it was like ups and downs.
Ups and downs. There were low lows and really high highs.
Okay. And at the time you were on your own, or?
Yeah, it was just me and my daughter and her father living by ourselves during the pandemic. Yeah. So that literally carried us to pay our bills.
Insane.
So I'm still very grateful to
What was
TikTok.
your content? What was your original content about?
Vlogs, beauty, hair, but mostly lifestyle. Like my day in the life videos were the ones that did the best.
You were never shy?
No.
Just like hit it up. Okay, then you're just a creator. And TikTok Shop calls you one day. How did they get in touch with you? So
they actually sent me the invitation through the app asking me if I wanted to be a tester for the beta version of TikTok Shop.
How many people do you think they sent that to?
I know there was a first round of 7 people. Shout out to Matt Kala. He let me know. And then I was part of the second round that was 50 people who were invited. And eventually they brought us out to LA for like the first ever shop meeting. And we got to meet a few of the new brands that were beginning with TikTok Shop. And it was just an amazing experience.
So when you got that message on the app, like what were you thinking?
I was like, not that I'm trying to be Amazon.
You knew what it was? You could tell what it was?
I was so confused because I thought it was almost like a YouTube thing where you can just add links of anything that you wanted to sell. But no, there was an actual storefront base, like now that we can all see. But at the time, only I could see that because I had access to it. So I can see what was already there on the app. And they gave us all, I think it was a $100 coupon to buy our first item to promote.
So they weren't even sending free samples at the time?
No, there was no such thing as that. Everything was...
TikTok was giving you the money?
Yes. So before it became public, either you had the money given to you by your SPM, they will order things for you personally.
You had an SPM?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Adam Barron was my first SPM.
Damn, I love Adam.
Shout out to Adam.
He's probably the only SPM.
Yeah, I think so at the time. And you'd give them a list of the things that you were interested in, and they would keep it under a certain budget per creator and order it for you.
First week of TikTok Shop, what products were on there? I could
imagine. Oh my God. So it was like a lot of the stuff that was already on Amazon because it was a lot of the Amazon sellers like transitioning over. So you saw a lot of dressers, workout machines, very home and living at first before like the big fashion brands came along and all the, everything else like tech. Like little things like that were introduced first. Wow, that's crazy. And then what'd you order with that $100? So for the first thing I ordered was the stair stepper. Like the little machine. That was the first thing you ordered? Yes. And that blew up for me right away. I did an unboxing acting like Keith Lee, giving an opinion about something that they found on TikTok Shop. And that blew up automatically. And then with the next coupon they gave me, I got the 9-drawer dresser. That also blew up for me. That's crazy. So they were pushing your videos like crazy. Yeah, because there was no competition. That's insane. So I'm very grateful for that because right from the jump, it was successful. What was like your biggest month in the beginning? Oh, in the beginning? It was our first Black Friday. I remember I think I made maybe like 50K in that single month. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. So and then how long was it before Black Friday when you started to Black Friday? Ooh, so this will be my 3rd Black Friday or maybe 4th. But I'm saying from you becoming a TikTok Shop creator to get to that point to make 50K, how long did it take? Oh, no, that was 50K for that single month. No, I know, but like, what did you make in the first month? Oh, the first month ever on TikTok Shop, I cleared about 20,000.
And what were
Yeah.
you thinking to yourself
I
after
was
that
like,
first?
why did I go to work? I was like,
You were
wait.
still working?
Yeah, no, well, at the time, yes, I was doing a virtual work because of, the pandemic. But I'm like, I can do this at home. It's crazy. Like, I don't have to give up the time with my daughter. I can do all this by myself. I can be my own boss without it being an MLM.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
this was real money that I was able to do just from filming like silly little goofy videos showing off my personality. Like, I was doing it for free. I might as well make bank from it at the
Right.
same
What
time.
was your friends and family saying when you made 20K?
They didn't know.
They didn't know?
To this day, a lot of people don't know.
You didn't tell anybody?
I'm very humble about it because if people have questions, I don't gatekeep. By all means, anything you need to know, I'll tell you. But I like to be very self-aware because I once was somebody who was really struggling. And sometimes, it's hard to cheer for others when you're trying to make it through the day by yourself.
So, like, what about your family? You didn't tell your family or anything?
Now my siblings know a little bit, just what I like to sprinkle in here and there, but not the deets though. If they watch this and want to support me, they'll know now. Hey, brothers.
That's insane. Okay, and then so you get on TikTok Shop. You're just making videos. You're probably not even like pushing for the car or being salesy at all. You're just making a video about the product. And
it
the
was
link
all
is
about
there.
exploring shop at that time too, and it was so new and people were like, whoa, like I can buy what this influencer has or what I see in the influencers videos all the time. Like, that's one thing about me. Everything on my TikTok Shop is literally in my film space, so you consistently see you consistently see the products that I'm always promoting in my house.
Yeah,
because I actually use them.
And okay, first month of making 20K, what were the comments looking like on those first videos? Were they like, they think it was weird or something?
Yeah, it was more of like, what is this? What is this turning into? Because it was curiosity. Nobody knew what direction the app was taking by introducing shoppable links. And I get it because everything is always met at first with curiosity or a little bit of like standoffish.
Right.
But eventually, like, people started trusting it because they're like, wait, she's a regular person. It's not like she's like a top like influencers now trying to sell us something.
Yeah.
It was more like, I'm just a mom looking at products that I like this. Maybe you'll like it too.
So I know like you and Matt are like the first and second round. Those 50 people, are they still doing shop?
A few of them, yeah.
But a lot of them are not doing it anymore?
No, but shout out to Avery, Aroma Concepts. She's one of them. I love that girl, and she was one of the first people that sat next to me at the TikTok Shop event, and we're still friends to this day.
That's crazy.
And her career has...
Yeah. So you start making all this money on TikTok Shop, and then they fly you out to Culver? Mm-hmm. How long did that take for them to fly you out?
I think I was doing TikTok consistently at that point, maybe for like 4 or 5 months, because it was in the spring that they brought us in.
Okay. And then you start seeing all the deposits coming into your account. You probably have the most stacked bank account of your life at that point. And then you come to LA for the first time?
Yeah, it was my first time ever.
So you're just like, everything's just happening for you at that time.
Yeah, it was mind-boggling because I'm like, whoa, like I've seen people do it on YouTube all the time, getting invited by brands and companies. But I was like, little old me that just like posts here and there and like, I don't know, is making some side money. Like, it didn't click for me. I felt like so out of place, but I was so honored to be part of it.
That first trip to LA, what did they talk about with y'all?
So it was to meet the first round of companies joining TikTok Shop. One Size Beauty was there. Thorn Barron, I'm not sure if you know who he is.
So it was like the first ever like TikTok Shop event.
Yeah, and it was inside of the TikTok headquarters office.
And how many of there were y'all?
Maybe 20 of us. That was probably it. Maybe less, honestly.
That's
and
crazy.
Just the brands. It was very intimate.
What were y'all saying? Like, what were y'all talking about?
So it was you can tell a lot of us, it was our first event. So we were like very to ourselves, but the employees at TikTok were pushing us to take pictures.
Oh, we're just shy.
Like, imagine it's your first ever event and you're just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm not even an influencer. I just post videos. Like, I don't even belong here. And that's like the attitude everybody went in with because the majority of us were just regular creators. But eventually they did a little bit of icebreakers, got us to sit down next to each other, started socializing. The SPMs were the ones like mingling us and eventually got more comfortable. But it was really nice to speak to a lot of the brand reps directly before everything. Because, now it's difficult to do.
Right.
So at that time, it was so intimate and so raw. Like, to this day, some of those brands still work with me because they remember me from that first ever shop like event.
So how big of an impact do you feel is networking in TikTok Shop?
Extremely. From the friendships you make, from the brand connections you make, and even being known for your niche, like that brings you so many connections that are so valuable. I've learned more from the friends that I've made on TikTok Shop than I've learned from actual TikTok experts themselves. Like building your own community is so important, but also keeps you level headed. But the most important part is for your own like mental health. You need people around you that do exactly what you do, so you can vent to them, you can speak, you can be vulnerable with them, because no one else is going to understand this except the people who do it with you.
Yeah.
So I've been so lucky that some of the people that I've met on Shop have become like family at this point.
And speaking of family, you're friends with like the #1 TikTok Shop creator.
Shout out
like
to Skateboard B.
Oh, I wasn't sorry.
Oh, no, him?
I wasn't talking about him. But shout out to Brandon. He's definitely top. So like influence queens, you know,
Allie.
like a lot of like the biggest, like, how did you become friends with them? Like, how did you meet them? And like at first?
So, at the time, well, I can tell you about Allie. We met because of obviously the beauty creation like team. Consistently going to events and meeting one another.
You met a lot of these you met a lot of these creators before they did the numbers that they did.
Yeah.
Right?
So personally, Allie, I met her at a dinner that The Ordinary flew us out for. Well, she lived closer, but and that's how I also met Carlos too. They flew us out for an intimate dinner to meet us because at the time we were their highest GMV. Creators. So that's how I met Allie, finally, personally. And I think most of the people I've become friends with is either been events or like brand relationships, brand dinners or something like that.
Yeah, because I met you in LA.
At that,
and then I met...
Yes, at a TikTok event. I remember that.
Were you there at EPLP on the rooftop of the bar?
Yes, I was.
That's where I think I met you.
Oh, okay.
And then we sat next to each other when they brought the star creators out to New York City. And then that's when we were sat next to Lexi and we all went to... Yeah. So... Star creators are like TikTok's 1% of like top shop creators. So that's how I met Angie. And then we just like went to every single event together after that. So what do you really feel like is the secret to becoming a successful TikTok? Because obviously, right, at first you didn't really know what you were doing. You just kind of just fell into it and the money was coming easy, but you had to develop a skill to be at 11 million.
So it's all about a system, honestly. If you can read your analytics, you can sell. So I focus on my weekly and monthly analytics to see what are my 5 to top 10 products that are already selling. Those I like to call them my hero products. So they're going to keep me at a certain standard where I can meet a certain basis of sales. Basically, they're going to carry me through no matter what, because I already know those, no matter what, they're going to sell. So I'll consistently post about my hero products all throughout the month. Sometimes every day I'll post one of them, but then I'll have exploratory products too that either are seasonal, me just venturing into something that I heard was selling good for that was selling good for someone else. I'm like, let me try that as well. I leave a little bit of wiggle space to explore new things, but I like to stay consistent with what already is selling for me on the algorithm. So if something sold for me yesterday, I'm going to post about it again today.
What is like your main top products that you've done?
So it's always going to be fashion and beauty for me. It always niches me out to that. It's okay. I love it, but it's
how do you promote fashion and beauty? What's the secret sauce?
Influence. Don't sell, influence. If someone sees how much you love something, how much it does for you, they want to envision themselves like that as well. Like, I'm never telling you, you need to get this jacket. It's like, no, like, I really love this jacket because it has thumb holes in it. The zipper is really good quality. It doesn't jam up on me. It's not going to get caught to any of my skin. The way that it just sucks up everything and it smooths out my cellulite on my legs. Like, it's about what the product does for you. And then other people are like, wait, maybe that could do that. Maybe that can work like that for me as well.
I almost feel like you got to put ego aside if you want to make a lot of money.
You do, because I be looking crazy on that app. They know me.
Well, no, I'm saying you just mentioned like cellulite and stuff like that. Like you have to play off like...
I personally like to be a little vulnerable on the app because it speaks to those demographics of people who don't feel represented. It's like, okay, let me remember like what things may bother me, and if this can help that problem, it'll help that problem for other people. It's about problem and solution a lot too on the app.
What does your day-to-day look like?
Like commission?
No. Like, what is your, like, waking up as Angie doing this job?
So I am a mom. So my workday starts off the minute I drop off my little one to school. But I do wake up at 6 a.m. every day to get her ready, change, clothed, all that, and then in school. My day starts from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day. But then after that is when I'm posting. But I batch film content within those hours, respond to emails, do any meetings that I need to do. Do regular mom things like clean the house, but those are my work hours. And then after that, once I pick up my little one, it's just about editing and posting whenever I got the time to do it. But I always batch film. Like for this trip, I'm here for 5 days. I batch filmed over 150 videos just to make sure I was good.
How many videos you do in a day?
Ooh. On a film day, my goal is always to do about 50.
50 videos
Yeah.
a day?
I don't do it every day. No, I batch film about 3 times a week.
No, but how much do you post a day?
Oh, anywhere from 6 to 10 times, depending on where I feel like the algorithm is pushing me. But minimum.
So you're big on
times.
data.
Yes, because if
Wow.
you can read your data, you can sell. You have to understand who you're selling to, which is age groups, demographic, where people live. You have to understand who your audience is and what the watch times are. Like for me, my best products always sell between 6 and 9 p.m. And that's because in New York time, people are getting out of work, settling down after putting their kids down to bed. It makes sense that those are my highest shop hours.
So do you post during those times?
Yes. I try to
Like, is it
separate.
important what time you post?
To me, I feel like it works because I keep my page at a consistent schedule, and I feel like now the algorithm acknowledges that. But it's not like that for everyone. I feel like you have to test out different waters to see exactly what it is that's gonna work for you.
Okay. And then how do you choose new products that you're going to promote?
So I do seasonal, meaning anything that's gonna be popping off for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and the TikTok Shop creator picks. It kind of gives you a guide of what is most likely to sell for you. When it's telling you the best arranged samples, that's because it already knows that if you post about those, the algorithm is gonna favor it for you because of what your vertical is.
See, my whole thing with like TikTok, like giving you products is like, how do we know the difference between like brands that like pay TikTok or like TikTok wants to promote more versus like products that we're actually going to make money from?
Mm-hmm.
I
I feel
mean?
like it's all about experimenting too. If you're new to shop, I always encourage you to look around your house. What is it that you already love and use daily that you can assure people that is a good product without you having to spend your own money, and also without requesting the sample and feeling like, oh my God, I have to post this, even if I don't like it.
So authenticity is the most important thing.
Authenticity is key, and I say it all the time. There's too many brands, too many products on shop for anybody to be lying to sell. There's so many amazing things for you to sell. Focus on the good things. Leave the
Yeah.
bad things for someone else.
Right.
And plus, those same people who buy from you, once you build that trust, they'll repurchase and buy from you again. Word of mouth is huge online.
What is like your favorite brand on TikTok?
Ooh, controversial.
What?
No, it's not. Maybe for clothing, I would say Hasia, because they've been with me since the beginning. Hasia Bra. I've seen some of my biggest moments, and my biggest video ever was with them as well. So shout out to them. And then for makeup, I'm gonna always say ColourPop. They were there for me since the get.
What's like some of the coolest things that you've been able to do with TikTok Shop?
Travel. And there was a time in my life I never thought I'd be able to travel, and I went to China with them. So
How did that China trip go?
so amazing. Like, you don't realize how big the world is until you leave your hometown. Like, I've traveled across the country, but never across the world. The flight alone
Who
humbled
flew
me.
you to China?
So it was a partnership between TikTok, UFinds, and Fastmoss.
Wow.
So we kind of met all the 3 teams together there, but they flew out the majority of us. And we stayed out there for about 2.5 weeks.
2.5. What were y'all doing for 2.5 weeks?
So part of my trip was sponsored by Fastmoss, and the rest of it was sponsored by different agencies that wanted to meet me. I was out there mostly to try to develop my own product, which we're still on the works on. Hopefully we can figure that out. But people out there are willing to invest in you while you're over there, just to see what your ideas are, to pick your brain about TikTok Shop, because they're trying to implicate what's already working in China over here.
Right. So
They'll
how do you
pay
get
for your time.
how do you get sponsored?
Ooh, honestly, it was word of mouth. They heard about me before I heard about them. And before I knew it, they were like, hey, we're going to pay for your trip to go here, this flight here, to Guangzhou, to Sharma, to all these different cities. I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, we're here.
And they pay for like accommodation, food.
All of it. Well, girl,
What?
well, I didn't even know a lick of Chinese. So yeah, they handled it all for me. I had a translator, and I was just like, okay, let's go. Like, I'm down. I'm here, right?
Were you by yourself or even with other creators?
At first with a bunch of creators that spoke at Fastmoss, and then after that, I was by myself.
That's crazy. You just stayed by yourself?
I know.
Were you
It was
scared?
a little bit, but then I was like, wow, this country is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so safe.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So they just treated you like a celebrity from America.
Honestly, it was my Beyonce era. Like, people came up to me because of the culture shock, obviously. I had curly hair. Obviously, I look a little different. And everybody just wanted to say hi and meet me. I'm like, okay.
wild.
Even people who didn't know I was a creator, just randomly in the streets, people would come up to me to touch my hair or say hi or take a picture.
Because they know you're good at it here, so they know you
Yeah,
can be
exactly.
the next megastar that
No,
does
exactly.
a $40 million
Duh,
stream.
that's exactly what it was. They were like, whoa, she's Angie Roman.
No, seriously, I think that they want to make you into the next live star.
Wow.
Where do you feel like live is
Yeah.
going?
Over there?
Here.
Oh,
Are you in lives yet?
I do lives here and there if a brand wants to work with me, self plug. But yeah, I love doing lives when there's mega lives, because mega lives, I feel like it's hard to run out of energy, even though it is high energy volume of doing it. But once you're there in that mindset, it's like, let's go, go, go,
That's
go,
what I'm
go.
saying. I like that. I like having a co-host.
I like that speed.
I don't like going by myself at the house.
Yeah, at home is different. It's a different vibe, energy setting. It's not
So
the same.
you make a lot of money from brand deals too, and like retainers.
Yes. So retainers, flat rates. You have to know how to negotiate as a content creator, especially if you're doing TikTok shop, because this is your own brand. This is your business. You are the frontline leader. You have to guide wherever it is that you're trying to push your business to be.
What's the future plans for you?
Ooh, to start my own business and come up with my own product. Hopefully, we're able to do that by next year.
What have you been putting your money into since you started making all this cash from TikTok shop?
Nothing.
Massive
Just
savings
myself,
account.
honestly, and my daughter. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to make sure she's good for life. She's my number one priority right now.
I love that. I love that. So do you want to keep growing your personal brand on TikTok, or do you want to grow like a brand step behind the scenes, or do you want to do a little bit of both, like a Stormy Steels type of?
So both. And shout out to Stormy, because I was one of the first people to meet her.
Really?
Before
I've
she
never
blew up
met
on
her.
Shop. She is a sweetheart. And she's someone I would actually look up to because of that. She has built her personal brand humongously, and also her actual products. Like when there's no one on Shop who has not heard her name.
What do you feel like is the secret to her success?
Her personality. She is very humble, very welcoming. She doesn't necessarily keep things away from her audience. She includes her audience. Like if you ever see her lives, she's like in the warehouse working herself, showing her hustle, showing how she's built this up from the ground and how her family's involved. And I think people really honor and respect that. And I would love to do something like that.
You have your own community now.
Yes, I am one of the TikTok Shop Squad Up coaches now with Samrat.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? If they want to get in touch with you and learn from you?
Of course. So you can go to my page, Angie X Roman, and go to my bio. And there we have officially linked up with TikTok Shop, and we're their official coaching program called Squad Up. And there, especially with my cohort, we have different people from different niches and different levels on Shop that can help you with exactly what it is that you need with VIP calls. And we can also audit your pages. But honestly, it's just an amazing course that is 6 weeks long, that is very intimate and answers all the questions that you have about Shop.
Is there any advice that you would give to people, or do you want to leave them with anything?
No, of course. Right now is Q4. We're in the dip season, meaning that some people's numbers are not reflecting the effort that they're putting in, but please do not give up. Show up for yourself. Be your biggest supporter, your biggest cheerleader, because I've gone through that where I went through embarrassment, shame of who's going to see this, who's going to see me losing. But the key is to not be afraid of being seen trying, because if you don't try, you already lost. At least if you try, you get a little bit of participation points along the way. And with TikTok Shop, every day is a competition. It's just some days you might just participate and other times you might win. But when you win big. So please show up for yourself. Be your biggest hero when it comes to this industry.
Boom. Angie Roman, everybody. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I'd love to get Angie on for a part 2. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe. But big shout out to Angie.